Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be a reading for the Libra new moon eclipse on the 14th of October. We're just going to see what's coming up for you. We're going to see what is coming up in your current general energies in this first row. You have this bluff card and this flirtation card. It's like some of you, I do feel like there could be love coming in, of course, but I also feel that you're kind of like flirting with an idea. That bluff card is not really a card of, it's not like, calling someone's bluff or something. It's seeing, it's kind of like a card of seeing a way to do something that not everyone can see. So I know that's a word salad, but, I feel for a lot of you, if you have a unique idea, around the time of this eclipse or whatever, that it could be very successful for you. It could be something that you are going to have to put a lot of work into is what I feel. Yeah, you have the Eight of Pentacles here. You have the Ten of Wands. This row right here is going to represent what you are releasing with this eclipse. There's a big focus, and here you go. Great big love, Pisces. But, there's a big focus on this eclipse with kind of like releasing things, or, it's kind of like the Libra eclipse. I see it as needing to let one thing go so that you can have something else, right? And so, I kind of feel that making things overcomplicated or thinking that everything has to be like hard work is the thing that you're kind of releasing in this reading. And it's like you're heading towards, something much, much better in your life here. So let's see where this is going for you. Again, I do feel that someone could be interested in you here. I'm not sure who yet. You have a couple of people. Sorry, it looked like my camera was frozen there for a second, but, I'm not sure exactly who is interested in you, because you have like a couple of people showing up here. It could be a couple of people are interested in you. Take it how it resonates. But, this bluff card is about having a unique idea, something that's a little bit different, something in like work or business. I do feel this is work or business related. It looks to me like your work is, again, I don't want to say it's getting easier. I do feel like I've said this to you before, but it's just like you're finding a smoother, way to run business or to have a career, to work on whatever you're working on, right? If you're retired, you could be working in your backyard or something like that. So whatever you're doing, it's like you're finding like a smoother way to do it. It's kind of the energy I get here. And it's like you're just flirting with the energy with that flirtation card. I literally just feel like it is saying you are just flirting, with the idea of something. And I feel this reading is saying like, stop, just dive in head first, right? Because whatever you're flirting with, whatever idea you're playing around with is going to be very successful if you take the leap of faith. It's kind of what I get here. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, of course, is a card of wish fulfillment, and it can represent getting something that you've been wishing for. So I do feel that you've been wishing for fulfillment, and you go straight down to the Ace of Cups, which is amazing. This row here is going to be what you're releasing. This right here is what's going to be coming in for you. So it's like you're releasing, whatever this nightmare is and going towards fulfillment, the Ace of Cups, which is exactly, what you should be more focused on. I kind of feel like you feel a little bit spread thin with this Six of Pentacles, Pisces. It's kind of like, it gives me the vibes of, having a job and having a side hustle, like if you are trying to start a business, maybe you feel pretty spread thin, or maybe you feel like you're having to split your energy between, many different things. And so I kind of feel that's a little bit of an obstacle as well for you. It's like not bad, it's not good. I just think it's a little bit of something that you kind of have to work with, right? And so you're trying to balance all these energies out. And again, it makes perfect sense. We have this eclipse in Libra. You're trying to balance things out. Right here, there's a scale right here on the card. So I do feel like you're trying to bring balance to something. You have the Queen of Wands. Again, I feel you really need to be bold and assertive. I'm pretty sure you always get the Queen of Wands with me. You could be attracting someone who's very fiery. You have this, you have the Emperor, could be an Aries. Again, doesn't have to be. Could be just someone who has like fire in their chart or something. I do feel like there, again, if there is love here, which I'm not like 100% convinced, but we'll see. I feel like it's a very fiery connection. You do have the great big love card as well, which is great, but that could also be something you do love. But the Queen of Wands wants you to be bold and assertive. She really wants you to kind of like go for what you want. She really wants you to charge towards something. Something that could be very, very successful for you. And so let's see. And sorry, I got COVID again. So I'm better now. I'm much better now, but I'm still like trying to catch my breath here a little bit. So bear with me. It definitely wasn't as bad as the first time I had it. Way less, but I'm definitely I'm feeling it today. Just to let you know, right? Who cares? With the Nine of Cups, you have the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. The Four of Pentacles is a card of stability. The Ten of Wands is carrying a heavy burden. Again, I really do feel that this right here in the Six of Pentacles is a little bit of a overcomplication energy, like making things too hard on yourself. I want to stress that. Like, I don't think the universe is trying to make your life easier. I think that there's just a nicer flow. It's almost like you've been, being dragged along rocks for a long time, and you're going from that to a slip and slide, right? It's like, I feel like you're creating, I always talk about creating as many slip and slides in your life as you possibly can, which is, just creating less friction in whatever area of your life you possibly can, right? And so that's kind of how I see this right here. It's like I think you're looking at those sticking points where things stick, things cause problems, and you're removing them from your life, whatever they are. Could be people, places, things, situations, whatever. Yeah, with the Six of Pentacles, here you go. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a card of quick success and things moving forward quickly. So it's like whatever you're doing, this is creating more speed in your life, which again makes perfect sense. And with the Queen of Wands, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, I kind of feel like you are. It doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, whatever. I don't care. Whatever you identify as doesn't matter to me. And, the Queen of Wands, I think, is just how the energy that you are embracing. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you're in this very kind of independent, very, very much driven by your desires as well. She has that sunflower that she's holding on to, and that sunflower points towards the sun, as I always say. So it's like she's moving towards her happiness. The funny thing is, you go up to the moon, and so it's like there is no sun here in the reading. And of course that could change in a minute, but it is interesting to me that you go to the moon. It's almost like you just really have to kind of tap into your emotions is what that's saying, especially if you're starting something new. Next, in the area of what you are, we're going to say what you're releasing. You have this Parrot Spirit. It says, watch your words. You have this Rhino Spirit. It says, overcome any obstacle. So you clearly are overcoming an obstacle because you're releasing the Nine of Swords, right? And the Ten of Wands even could be a little bit of an obstacle. I definitely would watch your words at this time. It is weird. I've noticed over like the last few weeks that a lot of people have been getting these cards of really needing to watch the words that they're using, really needing to pay attention to the things that they say, mostly about themselves. And so, again, I would watch your words at this time. And again, it does look to me like you're ending some sort of cycle. It is interesting as well. This Rhino, he right here, there's like these spirals on him, so, if you've been, the Nine of Swords is like a spiral situation. The Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. It is like going to bed, having nightmare, waking up, and being stuck in a nightmare. So again, I do feel like you are releasing this energy, which is great. It looks to me, Eight of Pentacles, quite simply, could be you just working on one thing, really taking control of your life and making something happen, which is kind of what I feel like you're doing here. I feel like you're really taking control, being very focused, making things happen, focusing on future success or, whatever you're trying to create in your life. So Eight of Pentacles is kind of like putting work into one thing and something that has a lot of potential. And look, we have two Pisces cards here, going up this way to Libra right here. So, in a lot of ways, I feel this is saying that some of you are narrowing your focus in life, and instead of like focusing on 900 things, it's like you're focusing on one thing that you want to work on or improve or create in your life, and that is going to lead to success. Because again, you have the Ten of Wands twice, and Ten of Wands is too many things. He is carrying all these burdens. Sometimes I feel with the Ten of Wands that some of those burdens aren't even his to carry. It's like he could be carrying other people's BS. He could be carrying other people's problems, and he needs to release those things so that he can like lighten the load so his life can get easier. And again, I would say that this reading is one big slip and slide. It's like saying, where can you create less friction in your life? Where can you remove friction and, install a slip and slide? With the Ten of Wands, you have the Strength card. I feel like there have been situations that have required a lot of strength in your life. And, again, Queen of Wands kind of makes sense in a reading where the Strength card comes up. She has developed a lot of strength. She has to take risks without knowing whether she's protected or not. She's the only Wands court card that does not have salamanders on her cloak. So the salamanders in the tarot, represent protection from fire. She's basically the only Wands court card that is not protected from fire. So it's like you're taking some sort of risk here, or you are strong enough to take a risk. With the Nine of Swords, you have the, the Queen of Wands. Again, I just feel like the reading is trying to say, go this direction here. The Moon could be some sort of big goal, wish, or dream. It is your card. You have both. You're coming up in a very strong position. I mean, this is amazing to show up as yourself twice, I always say when a sign shows up as its own major arcana, that, it really puts you in a position of power and strength, really lets you get what you want from the reading. And so, I kind of feel like this is saying, go towards the impossible dream, which I always say to you, but I really feel like you need to do it. Again, I really feel you need to move towards something really big, really impossible. What with the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Moon. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. It's like you need to put the work into one vision. I kind of feel like this is something that you will love as well. You have the Merry Motive card and this Great Big Love card. Again, if you're working on something specific, like a big project, I do feel like it is something that you are going to love, that you're going to fall in love with, that you're going to want to do day in, day out. So, and it's going to make you happy. The Merry Motive card is something that, kind of brings you happiness and joy. I do feel there could be a love offer coming in for you, probably, soon, is what I'd say. Could be this, the end of the year. If it's not this month, it could be the end of this year. You have the Ace of Cups, which would be, kind of like a new love offer. And definitely, I would say is a fiery person, because Queen of Wands twice, Strength card, Emperor. They don't have to be a fire sign, but I would say it's definitely a very kind of like fiery person, if that makes sense. I don't know, whatever. But I do feel like there would be a lot of love there. So there you go, Pisces. You have the Moon, the High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups here. Again, I feel this is you, this and the High Priestess coming up in a very strong position. I always say on the Moon that we have to work towards these mountains in the background. The mountains represent achievements in the tarot. They represent obstacles, but that does not mean that you shouldn't climb over the obstacle. The Moon is part of the Fool's journey, and he just has to climb over the obstacle so he can have an achievement. I always say, where do you get the best views? At the top of a mountain. So this is going to be an obstacle that you're going to want to climb. And it's not even an obstacle. It's like, I think people don't understand sometimes that like an obstacle can just be building a business. It's like, there's a lot to do. There's a lot you have to go through to do it. So it's like, it's an obstacle, but it could be a good one. So I would go for it. The the High Priestess is my card of an opportunity that has a lot of potential. I always say she has no roof over her head, and it kind of says that whatever you want to accomplish, there's like unlimited opportunity, or there's unlimited potential for success. So I would really go for it. I would also really trust your intuition here. And, I kind of feel like you're stepping into your true self, your like true authentic self. It's interesting that this is the energy of what's coming in, and so it's almost like you're just, stepping into your own energy, who you've always been. And you have the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups, of course, is a card of your emotions overflowing, finding a lot of happiness or bringing more happiness into your life. I also feel that, this could be fulfillment. So you could be feeling more fulfilled. Like I said, it's kind of weird that I get the difference between, something that's like easy and something that's more not necessarily easy, but smoother coming into your life. And this could be love too. Again, you could just be getting into a relationship where it's like no relationship should be easy. We should want to put work into relationships. I think that's a problem with modern day relationships in the first place, is people will just think it's going to be like, some sort of Ryan Gosling, frickin', I almost just said the F word, right, on this channel. Some sort of weird frickin' thing, right? With whatever that stupid movie is that I can't remember. But, again, we have to put the work in. So, there you go. But this looks like easier, smoother, nicer, where you won't be saying the F word, right? So there you go. But let's see what is going on in this row here. Let's go. With the Moon, you have the Temperance card, turning, again, more fire energy, Sagittarius. So wouldn't surprise me if you were attracting something very fiery, even if it's not a fire sign. It could just be a lot of desire. It is popping into my head here. The Temperance card is turning one thing into another. But really, again, I feel like this goes back to that Bluff card. Again, that Bluff card in that deck, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, it represents kind of having a more unique idea. But it's more about being a Pisces, right? Pisces is the hangman. So, it's about kind of like having a unique perspective on a situation. It's like you might have an approach to something that's very, very different than what everybody else thinks. So, it's kind of funny because everybody, I get tons of questions all the time on like Instagram and stuff. People are like, I want to start a tarot channel, and there's too many people. I'm like, yeah, but, if you you have a unique idea on how you could do a tarot channel, it's like you might blow everyone out of the water. So it's like, you never know. There will always be like an outlier. There will always be a person who comes up with some crazy ass idea that is genius, right? And that is Pisces. That is your job. So it's like whatever you're doing in life, especially in work or business, again, even if you're retired, it's like your approach to retirement could be changing. The way you live your life in retirement could be changing. But again, if you have a unique approach to how you're going to do something, I would do it. It looks like again, you could be that outlier. You could be that kind of like underdog coming out of nowhere, being very successful. And look, with the High Priestess, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is, pretty much the best card right now, I think, because we have all this energy in Taurus, and it really wants us to work on building, leaving a legacy. So, again, a lot of you are heading towards like building your legacy or, kind of like making your mark on the world. And, that's exactly what I'd be doing now with the Ten of Pentacles, right? Is, doing something to make your dent in the universe, to do whatever you can to live the best life possible. And, that's what that card's all about. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Emperor. Definitely could be an Aries for some of you, or it's a person who has Aries in their chart. You are always all up in Aries business, Pisces, so, I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me, but there you go. Finally, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says social media. Make money in social media. It will be very lucrative. There you go. Influencer, YouTuber, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Grow your social media presence to build a reputation for your knowledge. Yes, big fan of doing that. Life will be a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride and stop trying to control it. Yes, Pisces. I don't know about you, Pisces. I don't know if it's a Pisces thing, but you probably haven't been able to hear me this entire time. I just realized my microphone was way out here. But, what I would say is that, again, I kind of feel like this is a Pisces thing, like trying to control the future, trying to control, things that happen. And again, I feel like you're just, but again, this is coming up in the good stuff. So I feel like you are just enjoying the ride. You're just like, I'll just see where things go, right? You have the Justice card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Justice tells me that you're bringing balance into your life. I feel like you're finding more time for yourself, Pisces, like more time to enjoy yourself, more time to do the things that you love to do. Justice is also cause and effect. So again, I feel like you are just more focused on doing more of what you love with this great big love card. I encourage everyone to do this right now. I think that's like the best, most spiritual thing we can do right now is do more of what we love. Even if it's only like 51%, right? Even just that 1% more is going to be enough. And I believe we can, change the world. Like I always say, we have to be the ones to change the world. It's not going to be the government. It's not going to be, so-and-so in office or whatever, right? We have to be the ones to do it, but we have to do it with our energy. That's why I preach this stuff, right? You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. It definitely looks very busy, like a busy time to me. So I would make sure to balance it out. But again, I do get this like kind of very, smooth energy in this reading is the best way I could, describe it. I feel like you're feeling very, it is kind of weird, like the energy I get from this reading as well. I kind of feel very, I don't know if it's a cough medicine or what, Pisces, but I feel very like sedated in this reading, but not like, it's not like the cough medicine, it's more like a much more relaxed energy. So I do feel like you could be feeling much more relaxed, much more chilled out this month, which is great. I would definitely, and again, I would focus on the energy. I think something also that people don't realize, if you're trying to magnify an energy in your life that is good, just focus on it. It's just that simple. So again, if you're like having a good time, just draw your focus into it and don't think about other things. If you're feeling just good in general, focus on it. You'll bring more of it into your life. And that's what I do here. I also get something about a settlement here. Again, the Two of Pentacles is a clue card to me. There's some cards in the tarot that I personally consider clue cards. And the Two of Pentacles to me can sometimes represent a settlement. So if you're involved, like waiting for an insurance payout, legal settlement, anything like that could be a settlement. You have the Emperor. I just feel it's saying it's time to act. You have the Emperor twice here. And again, whatever ideas you have, especially if you have a unique perspective, a different way to do things, I would just simply take action on it. It looks like to me you are going to be, very successful if you do that. But let's see here. With the Justice card, you have the Lovers. There you go. Could be a Libra or someone who has Libra in their chart as well. Lovers, of course, is a perfect match going this way. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. To me, Ten of Pentacles is pretty much the best love card in the deck. So, there could be a very strong connection coming in for you there. What do you know? With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Justice card again. This is happening in Libra, of course, and, I feel that this particular, eclipse is going to be all about, balancing things out, specifically your finances as well, Pisces. So, anything you can do to, balance your finances, to balance your work life and your love life, or to balance, to kind of bring balance to the two things would be a really good idea. And again, that fits in well with the astrology. Here you go. With the Emperor, you have the Sun. Boom. This whole entire time I've been talking about the Queen of Wands. Look, boom. She is like literally going in this direction here. So, again, I feel like there's something coming in for you that is going to make you very happy, Pisces. It's like you're moving in a very happy direction, and love it. So this looks definitely very good for you. We're going to pull 5 main themes, and I am using Mega Deck over here, which you probably can't see, but it's over here. You have this Gatherer card. This is like the Empress, so definitely a lot of abundance coming in for you with this card. And again, it's like, like I've been saying to you for a very long time, the energy I get for Pisces is it's like the last, I don't know, 20 years of your life are all adding up to one thing. It's like you're putting all your work, everything you've learned, into one thing that you are working on, whether it's a project, a business, or again, if you're retired, it could be your personal life as well. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. But it's like everything is adding up. Everything's coming together, and love it. You have this empty well. It says time to replenish. Yeah, maybe that's where I'm getting this kind of like more subdued, sedated energy coming into the reading. It's like it's time for you to refill. Again, 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups in the reading. It's a time of fulfillment, for sure. You have this circle card. Everything is coming together. Again, I feel this is saying things are coming full circle. Everything is kind of adding up in your life, and everything is coming in to improve your life or lead to this merry motive, a lot more happiness. I think you're driven. It's like you are being motivated by something different as well inside of you. It's like maybe in the past you've been motivated by fear and all this other stuff. It's like I feel like for once in your life you are being motivated by happiness. Again, you have that merry motive card. It's like you're doing something because you actually want to do it. You're not doing it because you have to. I don't know. I feel like that's like a big, kind of like aha moment in this reading. So there you go. You have the 4 swords. Yeah, I would definitely take your, rest, relax, recover, take care of yourself during this eclipse. And you have this Dust Devil. It says moving out of stagnation. Yes, exactly. I feel like you are moving out of a time of wasting your time. It's like just that simple. Maybe you haven't been wasting your time, but, maybe just things have been the same for a very long time. Again, that bluff card is, Jupiter and Gemini in that Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And it kind of really represents like having a new perspective or unique idea that could get you out of something like this right here. So really this is a slip and slide reading, which I love. I think this is very good for you. So love it, Pisces. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it, and definitely enjoy your month.